sunscreen preparation. Now, when the once the name the sun preparation comes, the first word is sun inside it, isn't it? Sunscreen preparation. So these are the preparation which prevents the effect of sun rays to your body, isn't it? So these are the sunscreen preparations. They block the effect of sun rays onto your body. So if you want to talk about sun rays, what are sun rays? Sun rays are made up of different rays. These are the rays which are coming from sun to you, right? They are targeting your body. Sun rays are very important, as you very well know. They provide you with vitamin D. Okay, so that is the most important what to call that thing that the sun is giving. Apart from giving photosynthesis, etc., the life is there on the earth because of sun. But apart from that, it has some effects on your skin also. If you talk about sun rays are made up of different rays itself. It's made up of infrared rays, okay, which is having wavelength in between 760 to 5100 nanometers. They are made up of visible rays having the wavelength in between 400 to 760. Rays ranging from 200 to near 1100 nanometers. If you consider the infrared rays, if you consider the visible rays, they are not absorbed into the skin. Okay, and hence they do not have much effect onto the skin. What is important now these there are some studies which have been done on infrared rays and visible rays also. Some of the studies they say that the combination of ultraviolet rays along with infrared rays and visible rays, they may be detrimental to your skin also. Some of the studies says that. There are some studies which are done on infrared rays, and they have found that infrared rays are having healing property. So the healing property of your skin, it has healing properties in terms of wounds, etc. So these studies have, when used alone, when I'm talking about when they are used alone, okay, and in the guidance of your doctor, etc. When used judiciously, okay, certain wavelength, the study is still going on. So they do have effect onto the skin. But largely, if you see the sun rays, when you see the sun rays, which is made up of infrared rays, visible rays, and ultraviolet rays, infrared rays and visible rays do not have that much of effect. Whereas if the ultraviolet rays, which are made up of wavelength between 200 to 400 nanometers, they affect your skin. If you again consider ultraviolet rays in depth, then you see that these ultraviolet rays are made up. There are three types of ultraviolet rays. You have UVA, UVB, and UVC. If you talk about UV, these rays are having the wavelength in between 315 to 400 nanometers. If you consider UVB rays, then they have the wavelength in between 280 to 315 nanometers. Okay, and the shortest are the UVC range. They are having the range in between 200 to 280 nanometers. Okay. Now again, out of this UVC rays, they are not that much detrimental to your skin because they do not reach your skin. If you see over here, this is the sun, from here rays are coming. If you see UVC rays, they are not reaching your skin. Okay, skin is over here, so they are not reaching your skin. If you say UVB rays and UVA rays, both are targeting your skin. They are reaching your skin. Okay. After this, if you take UVB rays, okay, this UVB rays are basically they are what you call that, they are not allowed to come to the earth because of this ozone layer. Okay, ozone layer prevents the rays, okay, coming from the sun to the surface of the earth, okay, and then to the skin also. But the problem that is happening is because of the pollution and because of all the things that has happened on the earth, the depletion of the ozone layer has taken place. And this depletion of ozone layer, because of the depletion of ozone layer, the UVB rays, okay, they have now started reaching the sun, reaching the earth, okay. And that is why you must have seen off lately there is a high use of sunscreen agent, okay. And there is a problem of skin cancer, premature aging, okay, wrinkling, etc. These all are being seen, okay. Tanning of skin because of sun rays, okay. This has been seen because of this depletion of ozone layer, okay. But this UV rays usually reach onto the surface of the skin. If you are seeing over here, they are basically in the earlier layer of the skin, okay. That is on the skin surface. It reaches up to the epidermis. Whereas if you see UVA rays, okay, UVA rays penetrate deep inside the skin, and that is why UVA rays are strongly linked to your skin cancer also. Okay, got it. Regarding in depth about your UVA, UVB, and UVC rays. Okay, as I told you, UVA rays they are having the wavelength in between 315 to 340 nanometers. They are not absorbed by your ozone layer. Your UVB is absorbed by ozone layer. Your UVA is not absorbed by ozone layer. They penetrate deep into the skin. Okay, they are penetrating deep into the skin, and they contribute to what all? They contribute to wrinkling, they contribute to sunspot, and also they contribute to the premature aging. Okay, so your formation of wrinkles, sunspot, and premature aging, again, wrinkling is one of the factors of aging. Okay, so it has all these effects. UVA rays are also linked, as I told you earlier, they're also linked to skin cancer. Basically, UVA rays are not associated with skin tanning. Darkening of skin is not because of UV rays. Darkening of skin is usually seen because of your UVB rays. Okay, so skin dark is because of your UVB rays. They are in the range of near about 280 to 350 nanometers. Okay, these are powerful rays, and they are below the ozone layer, but because of the thinning of the ozone layer, okay, as I told you earlier, they affect the surface of the skin. They are the primary cause of your skin sunburn. Okay, also sometimes skin cancer is because of it, but skin cancer is not that much because of your UVB rays. It is more because of your UVA rays. Okay, whereas darkening of skin is because of your UVB rays, but it is not because of your UVA rays. But you have to remember, when the sun, okay, the sun rays are made up of all the rays, right? Why I am talking about UVB rays and why I am explaining you this and why I am talking about UVA rays, I'll just tell you shortly. Okay. Now the third type of rays are UVC rays, right? When you consider about UV rays, the third type of rays are UVC rays, which are 200. Okay, as I said that these are the shortest, and they are not long enough to reach our skin, right? You have seen over here in the earlier side that they were not reaching the skin, they were left somewhere in between only. These UV rays, though they do not reach the skin, etc., they are known to have a very good germicidal action. Okay, most of the microbes you will be seeing that are killed because of this UVC rays. Okay, so they are lamps, etc. They usually contain this UVC rays because they are having that antimicrobial activity in them. Okay. Again, they should be used with care. It is not that if they definitely reach or if they attack your skin, okay, then they might be detrimental. Okay, they are actually strongest, as I told you now, but they are strongest, but they are mostly absorbed by atmospheric ozone, so they are not reaching to your skin, right? So the main focus of you is UVA and UVB ray. UVA rays, that is, as I told you, okay, or sun rays. Upon intensity. Okay, so it depends upon for how much. It depends upon the intensity, whether you are going sun in the morning, in the afternoon, or whether you are going in the evening. Okay, in the afternoon also, at what time you are going. Okay, it depends upon that. So if the intensity of the sun rays is high, which is there in the afternoon, then definitely the effect of these sun rays are going to be high on your skin. Okay, if you are exposed to sun rays for a very short period of time, it may not have that kind of a detrimental effect. But if you are exposed to the if exposed to the sun for a long period of time, affecting your skin. It also depends upon the third factor, that is the sensitivity of that particular person. You may be finding many people who are working in sun from morning to evening, but they do not have any effect onto their skin. But there are some people who are going in sun for just few minutes or few hours, but they immediately see sunburns. Okay, so it depends upon the frequency, for how much time you are going, how much time you are exposed to the sun rays. It depends upon the intensity, at what time, how much intense the sun rays are when you're standing in it, and what is the sensitivity of that particular person to the sun rays. Some people, as I told you, don't get affected after staying in sun for the whole day, whereas some people stay in sun for 5 minutes, they are exposed to sun rays for 5 minutes, and within 5 minutes they see the effects of the sun. What are the effects of the sun that have been seen? You burns. Okay, usually when you're exposed to the sun rays in between 290 to 320. Okay, so this is the range that we are talking about, whereby you are having sunburns, right? You can have sunburns, you can have skin darkening. Okay, skin darkening, India can consider as a cosmetic aspect, isn't it? Usually the fair skin is usually more preferred as compared to the darkened skin. Okay, whereas if you go to US, etc., this is related to the social status. They have the fight between the black and the whites. Okay, which is going on. Dark skin matters, etc. You must have read in the newspaper, in your what you call that, in when you if you're on Instagram, etc. On it. Have been related to social status also. Skin darkening in India related to or what you call that, cosmetic, where the fairer skin is more preferred, which is wrong, but yes, it has been preferred because dark skin lot of advantages than your fair skin. Let me tell you that. Skin does not have skin problem. Skin cancer is not there with the help of dark skin. Okay. Uh, in US, the skin that we have is not as dark as many of the countries. We have, a little bit of tan skin, but we do not like tan skin. Whereas if you go to European countries, they go for tanning of skin. Okay, here comes my explanation why I explained you about UVA and UVB rays. When the sunscreen preparation, there is one preparation which is known as sun tan preparation. I don't know how many of you have heard about it. Preparation. Now, these suntan preparation, usually what they do is, in their formulation, what they contain is, they contain ingredients which is going to block UVA rays. Okay, so they are blocking. Your UVA rays gets blocked, whereas your UVB rays, they do not get blocked. So as your UVA rays get blocked, if you are sitting in the sun, it will not lead to skin cancer. But your UV rays are not getting blocked. Okay, when in sun. So what it leads to? It leads to tanning of skin. Okay, so sun which leads to tanning of the skin. They cause tanning of the skin, but not cause other harmful effects. Maybe like sunburn, maybe like skin cancer. These effects are not seen without suntan preparation. Okay. So coming back, we have tan skin. Okay, little bit of we don't like it. As I said, human beings don't like whatever God has given them. Whereas the countries, they specifically apply this prevention, which are going to block your UV rays, which is going to expose your skin in sun, and they cause tanning skin. Okay, so this is about the suntan preparation. If you come across, you should be aware that what is the suntan preparation and sunscreen preparation, are also known as suntan sun preparations, right? So as I told you, sunscreen preparation, why are we using the sunscreen preparations? Because your sun rays can cause sunburn. It can cause darkening of your skin, which is related to your social status. It can cause premature aging of skin. Okay. Now, how is the premature aging of the skin taking place when rays? Your skin, okay, it consists below this, it consists connect, which is collagen, present below skin. Okay, this collagen imparts this stiffness to the skin. Okay, your skin remains as such. Your skin remains what you call that, straight, because of when the sun rays fall. Okay, it affects this collagen. Okay, it is the breakdown of collagen, and breakdown of collagen takes place. Okay, this skin now gets wrinkled. Okay, there is wrinkling that is taking place onto the skin. Okay, that is how premature aging, that is wrinkling that we have seen in my earlier slide, takes place because of the sun rays, because it is affecting the collagen, right? Now, another effect that your skin is sun rays are having is very detrimental. That is your skin cancer. The skin cancer and the effect of it was what you call that, was submitted in a research paper by Normal Pond in 1980. Okay, and that is when the people started taking sunscreen preparation very seriously, because it may cause skin cancer is because of the sun rays. Okay, overexposure of your skin to the sun rays. So whatever you so in order to avoid, okay, this premature aging, in order to avoid the darkening of skin, in order to avoid skin cancer, in order to avoid skin burn, the best thing that you can do is use of the sunscreen preparation. Okay, moving ahead. Now, whenever we talk about the sunscreen preparation, one of the important thing that we should know is about the SPF. So, SPF is nothing but the sun protection of that sunscreen preparation. It is how well, okay, is how good your sunscreen preparation is going to protect your skin from UVB radiations. Okay, how effective is your sunscreen preparation in order to tackle the UVB rays that are coming from the sun rays? That is detected by your sun protecting factor. Told you, they are responsible for sunburn, they are responsible for damaged skin, they are responsible for skin cancer, they are responsible for darkening of skin. Okay, so they are responsible for many things, this UV. Now, if you want to understand sun protecting factor in a lucid terms, okay, in simple terms, how will you understand it? If you have, if you apply a cream, if you apply a lotion, we are going to see the example of lotion. So let me take the example of lotion only over here. So if I apply a lotion having SPF 15, okay, then and let us other words, I have a skin, okay, and my skin, if I go into sun, okay, is going to get affected, or it is going to have sunscreen, sun tanning, or any effect, okay, and I am putting a sunscreen preparation onto my skin now. I am exposing myself to the same sun rays. Earlier, it was getting damaged in 10 minutes. Now, it is going to get damaged after applying the sunscreen of 15, SPF 15. Now, my skin is going to get damaged after 150 minutes. So, earlier, my skin was protected for 10 minutes. I have applied SPF 15, a cream having the number as, and now my skin is getting protected for how many minutes? It is getting protected for 150 minutes. Protected for 15 times longer. So the factor of 15 is getting multiplied to it. This is just the rough. It mainly depends upon the skin type, it depends upon the intensity of the sunlight, and it depends upon amount of sunscreen that you have used. This we are also going to talk about the amount of sunscreen. We have already talked about skin type, we have already talked about the intensity of sunlight. We are also going to talk about the amount of sunscreen that is being used. Okay. Now let us see the formula of sun protecting factor. Okay. Sun protecting factor, say sun protecting factor is equal to, it is the ratio of UV exposure required to produce persistent erythema. Okay, so this is the erythema that is getting produced onto the skin, right? This is the effect that is getting produced onto the skin. So I take a skin, right? I do not apply any sunscreen to it, and I expose. Then I am going to see, in order to produce minimal erythemal erythema, how much UV exposure required. Unprotected skin, that I am going to write down over here, that is going to be required is less because the skin is not going to be protected. Taking the earlier example, I am going to put over here as 10. Okay. UV exposure required to produce persistible erythema on an unprotected. So I am taking it as 10. Applying the sunscreen onto this cream. Okay, I have applied sunscreen onto this cream. Okay, onto the skin. Now again, I am going to expose these UV rays. After exposing these UV rays, I am going to find out how much exposure of UV rays are required in order to produce the same persistible erythema. Now UV exposure that will be required because I have applied sunscreen is going to be more. It is now the protected skin. Here it was unprotected skin. As it is a protect with your sun rays, so the UV rays required will be more. Let us assume the UV rays required, the exposure required is near about 100. So what I am doing, I am taking. So the SPF is going to be the ratio of this upon this, that is 150 upon 10, that is going to be 50. I am going to say that the SPF of my lotion or my cream or my sunscreen preparation is nothing but 15. So this is how you derive to your SPF, that is sun protecting factor. It is very important when you are preparing the sunscreen preparation, right? Needless to say, larger the SPF, better is going to be your product. This also we are going to see whether whether one should go for SPF, higher SPF, or one should go for lower SPF. When one go for higher SPF, and one can and when one can go for a lower SPF. So if you have a SPF of 30, is to say that this is going to give you protection 30 times more. So here your skin is getting protected for 300 minutes. Earlier, when you are applying SPF 15, your skin was getting protected for 150 minutes, which is the rough estimation that we are talking about, just to understand about the SPF in detail. So I hope so till here you have understood what is the meaning of your SPF. Okay, sun protecting factor, right? Let us go into the detail of it. Now, sun protecting factor actually, as I told you, is the protection of your skin from the UVB exposure. Okay, so it basically is the protection from UVB and not UVA exposure. Now, if you consider which is the best protection, the minimum SPF of sunscreen, which is 15. So SPF 15 is going to give you a good protection. The main thing is what? The quantity in which you are applying it. Okay, as we have talked about earlier, quantity of SPF that you are applying is also very, very important. Usually 2 milligram per centimeter square. Okay, so 2 milligram per centimeter square of your skin should be applied. That is near about 1 ounce is going to help you cover your full body. Okay, considering that your what you call that, your body is also covered with clothes, etc. So that part, leaving that part, near about 1 ounce is going to be satisfied, would be enough for your body. In order to get best protection, the third thing that you have to do is you have to apply every 2 hours. So things you have to do if you want best protection from your sunscreen preparation. You should use a sunscreen preparation having SPF of near about 15 and above. Quantity that is getting that you are applying is near about 2 milligram per centimeter of the skin, and you are applying it after every 2 hours. Okay, because it is for 150 minutes. The exposure is more for 150 minutes, which is near about 2.5 hours. So after every 2, you have to apply this if it is of SPF 50. Now there is a question whether I should go for a high SPF or whether I should go for a lower SPF. Common sense से कोई भी बोलेगा that for a higher SPF because it is giving, but higher SPF comes with a higher price. Please remember. Okay, if you see the creams which are having SPF 30, you can go in the market. Whenever you go in the market, just see the preparations which are having the price which are having SPF of 30, and just see the preparation which are having SPF of 50. You will see a great price difference in it. Naturally, what happens is once the preparation of SPF 30 and it is very highly priced, so there are chances that you are going to under apply the sunscreen preparation. Am I right or wrong? In order to save the money, you think that this preparation is very costly. It is having SPF of 30. So let me use small quantity because it is going to give me that protection that is required because it is of SPF 30. But you have to remember that if you under apply it, okay, usually if using half the quantity of the sunscreen preparation, okay, so you have used, I have taken 30, I have this is 15. So you are deciding that I want the protection with 15 only. So instead of using 1 milligram per centimeter square, let me use it instead of using 2 milligram per centimeter square of the skin, let me use it 1 milligram centimeter square of the skin. Okay, because this I am using, so let me use this as 1. What usually happens is, okay, if half the quantity of the sunscreen, it provides only the square root of SPF. So 30 का square root usually 5.5 के आसपास आ जाता है. If you underuse this SPF of 30, you are going to get the effect of SPF of only 5.5. Are you understanding? So only 5.5 SPF effect you are going to get when I use half the quantity of a cream having SPF 30. At the same time, if I use half the quantity of cream having SPF 50, then it is again, the effect is square root of it, which is near about 4.5 or 0.25 it will come, if I'm not wrong. You have to check it properly, square root. Okay, it will come to 25. So 30, if I'm underusing it, the effect is going on very down. Whereas 15, if I am underusing it, then the effect goes on not that much of down, because it is half the application. It provides SPF of the square. Okay. Hence, you have to balance properly the price and the quantity that you're using. If you are using SPF 30, okay, in a good quantity, then definitely it is going to give good effect. But SPF 30 in lower quantity is not going to give you good effect. And that is what I said here when I said that we are going to talk about the amount of sunscreen used. Okay. So amount of sunscreen used for this particular point, I have taken this next slide. Okay. Whereby the amount of SPF used is very important. You cannot use you cannot use high SPF product in less quantity. It is not going to give you that kind of effect. And more, let us go further when we talk about SPF. Okay, what do you mean by SPF? What do you mean by SPF 30 and what do you mean by SPF 50? SPF 15 usually blocks 93% of the UVB rays. Okay, which means it allows 7 out of the 100 photons that are coming from the sun to inside your skin. Okay, so if you see over here, if your sun is producing, just for an example, 100 photons, okay, just for an example, okay, and hundreds are reaching to your skin, okay, from the sun rays, and if you are applied any sunscreen, then all these 100 photons are going to enter into your skin. Okay, all these 100 photons enter into your skin. Now I have applied SPF 15. Okay, it gives you protection as we talked over here. It gives you 93% protection. Blocked, and thing is only 7 photons enter your. Now you have taken SPF as 30. SPF 30 blocks 97% of the UVB rays, which means out of 100, 3 photons are reaching to the skin, inside the skin. So here you have used SPF 30, 90% is getting blocked. So instead of 7, now only 3 photons are entering into your skin. So if you change into SPF 30, the number of photons, first I'll come over here. If you are having no sunscreen and you are using SPF 15 sunscreen in a good quantity, then the number of photons that that you are blocking is 93. Are you understanding? So 93 photons you are blocking. Whereas if you consider over here from SPF 15, you go to SPF 30, more are getting blocked. So here with 15 SPF that I have used, 93% photons are getting blocked. Here I am increasing from 15 to 30. That means 15 is the increment again over here. But the photons that are blocked are only 3. Again I go increment of, which I have not shown over here in the figure. Okay. But from 30 you are going to go for 50. Okay. 20 SPF you have increased. From here you have increased 15. From here to here you have increased 20. Number of photons more that is getting blocked is just 1. Because here 3 photons were entering, here 2 photons are entering. So 20, even if you increase, then also only just 1 photon more blocked from entering into your skin. You understanding what I mean to say? So whenever it comes to using of the sunscreen preparation, the sunscreen preparation of SPF 15 is preferred Okay, over SPF 30 if compared and over SPF 50 when compared to price. Okay, so once again, if you go through this slide, your SPF 15 it blocks near about 93% of UVB rays. Your SPF 30 it blocks near about 97% of the UVB rays, and your SPF 50 it blocks near about 98% of the UVB rays. Okay. The other way of looking at it is that SPF 30 only gives you 4% more protection, isn't it? Because 93 so your SPF 30 gives you only 4% more protection than your SPF 50, and your SPF 50 near about only 5% more protection as compared to your SPF 50, and only 1% more protection as compared to your SPF 30. But if you see the price of SPF 15, price of 30, and price of SPF 50, there is hell lot of difference into it. Okay, so a low SPF in good quantity to give you good protection as compared to high SPF with low quantity. Okay. Of this preparation is very important. Sunscreen preparation is very important. This is all about SPF. Whenever we talk about sunscreen preparation, SPF is very important and it should be a part of your discussion. Okay. Now let us go to the formulation of your sunscreen product. Now, when we talk about sunscreen, these sunscreen products act in two ways. They basically, okay, by either by absorbing or by by reflecting. Okay, so these are the two ways that are being used. What we are going to study over here is we are going to study our active ingredient, and these active ingredients can be formulated into different formulations. Like in my cold cream you can have a cold cream. There was a sun protecting cold cream, if you remember. Okay, so you can have a cream, you can have a cold cream, and in that cold cream you can add these active ingredients. You can put the active ingredients. So this cold cream are now going to act like your sunscreen preparations. Okay, talk about these active ingredients that are added into your formulation. So as I told you, you can prepare a lotion, and inside that, for example, moisturizing lotion you can prepare, and you can add your sunscreen preparation into it. You can prepare a normal lotion, you can add your sunscreen preparation into it. You can prepare a cream, normal cream, you can add your sunscreen preparation into it. Okay, so these active ingredients can be added into different formulations, and you can prepare a sunscreen out of it. So what we are trying to study, what we are going to study over here is we are going to study the active ingredients. There are two types of active ingredients. As I told you, there are chemical absorbers, which are going to study over here first. These chemical absorbers, what they do, and the physical blockers. There are chemical absorbers and physical blockers. Okay, the chemical absorbers, what they basically do is they absorb the UV rays inside the preparation. So you have it should be based on the absorbers, but the blockers it should be in that way. But how the absorbers are going to act? Basically, you have a skin over here, and onto the skin, what you are doing is you are applying your sunscreen preparation onto it, right? When the UV rays they come, okay, when the UV rays they are coming, these are rays they are coming. These UV rays they get into this preparation, into this formulation, they get absorbed. And as they get absorbed into this formulation, these UV rays do not penetrate. Okay, they do not penetrate. They are getting absorbed over here only. Okay, over here only they get absorbed. So they are not getting penetrated inside the skin. Right? Are you understand? This is how the absorbers they are acting. is your this sunscreen preparation, the rays that are coming over here, it gets absorbed over here only, and as they get absorbed over here only, they are not allowed to penetrate inside the skin. They are not allowed to reach the skin. This is how is the mechanism action of your sunscreen product. Whereas if you see physical blockers, they block, they don't absorb, but they block over here. They don't allow the preparation to go inside, but they don't absorb it. Block it at this place only. They form a physical barrier over here. They don't allow this rays to go inside. Absorb also. Whereas your absorbers, they absorb it, right? And then they don't allow it to go inside. Okay. This is how the chemical absorbers and the physical blockers they are going to block. Chemical absorbers, they absorb your UVA and UVB both radiation. Example of UVA absorbing agents are our benzene and benzophenone. Then examples are benzophenone 8, benzophenone 3, benzophenone 4. Okay, these are the different dioxybenzone, oxybenzone. Okay, these are some of the examples, okay, widely used in your sunscreen preparation. As you are preparing only a sun tan preparation, okay, then what you are going to add, you are going to add only these agents, right? If you are preparing a wholesome sunscreen preparation whereby you want to block UV absorbing agent UVA as well as UVB, then along with these agents you are also going to use agents like amino benzoic acid, that is PABA, then homosalate, then methyl anthralate. Okay, and these other compounds can also be, these active ingredients can also be used, okay, in your formulation. PABA was one of the ingredients which was very widely used till few years back. Like I told you, in case of shampoo, ammonia shampoos were very common earlier. Okay, and now you have ammonia free shampoos. Okay, not shampoo, sorry, hair dyes. In the similar manner, okay, PABA was very common, okay, at one given moment of time in your UV preparation. All your earlier sunscreen preparation, okay, they were containing PABA. But this PABA has, and many of the ingredients that have been shown over here, they have some problems with your skin. Usually, okay, they may cause skin reaction, which may be acne, burning, blisters, drying, itching, rash, redness, okay, stinging, swelling, okay, tightening of skin. So some of the effects that are caused because of your ingredients that are present. Okay, UVA be absorbing agents. Okay, mostly these reactions are associated, as I told you, with PABA. Okay, and also with containing were earlier very widely used. Both of them, as I told you, were very widely used. Okay, and hence newer and newer compounds are now being tried out, and the sunscreen preparation which are not containing PABA are being widely tried out also. Okay, there this sensitivity to your skin, okay, this reaction may also be due to the active ingredients, or they also may be because of the different alcohols, fragrances, or preservatives that are present inside your preparation. If possible, then these what you call that, these ingredients, okay, can be avoided, as I told you earlier also, or if not, they should be used in a very small quantity so that skin allergies are not being seen. Okay, so one of the ingredients, one of the active ingredients that are used in combination of skin preparation are chemical absorbers. Okay, the second type of preparations that are used are, as I told you, are of active ingredients are physical blockers. Usually, if you see the formulation of the agents which are physical blockers also, and which are absorbers also. Okay, so the absorbers as well as blockers, both type of ingredients are being used. If you see, this is the chart given in a very nice way. It talks about the sunscreen agent, okay, ingredient, active ingredient, and it talks about how, what is the activity that it is having. Okay, and it also talks about whether it is a chemical absorber or it is a physical blocker. For example, our benzone, okay, this our benzone is having a very good, this dark, okay, is having a very good UVA property, blocking property, but it is having very poor UVB property, okay, blocking property. Whereas if you take titanium dioxide, and this is a chemical blocker. If you take the example of titanium dioxide, there are two examples of physical blocker. They are titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. These are the two main examples of your physical blocker. So if you take titanium dioxide, it is a physical blocker. It has a very good UVB blocking property and a little bit of your UVA property. If you take zinc oxide, then zinc oxide is having good UVA blocking property also and a good UVB blocking property also. So this is how you are going to read this chart. So it consists of different active ingredient and its different property, and whether it is physical or chemical, whether it's physical absorber, a physical blocker or chemical absorber. Okay, that is also been given over here. So this chart, out of this chart, you can remember a few of the examples which you can quote while writing your answers. Okay. So coming back to the point, the physical blockers, they consist of, they usually reflect, as I told you earlier, they cause reflection or they scatter, okay, and in very few cases they may absorb also, but in very few cases both UVA and UVB rays, okay. Example is titanium dioxide. As I told you, two examples are there: titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. Usually both of them do not cause any chemical reaction. A trend is also been there whereby you use particles, you use nanotechnology, whereby you decrease the particle size of these ingredients. For example, you decrease the size of dioxide, and because of the reduced particle size, the preparation, they become transparent in nature, and you don't after applying this preparation, you feel that everything has been applied to your skin, okay. So cosmetically more acceptable. At the same time, though it is transparent in nature, but it is having the same property to block the sun rays, okay, or to reflect or scatter the sun rays. So this is about the active ingredients which are being used as your sunscreen agent. And these active ingredients, what we are going to do with this active ingredient, we are going to formulate into a formulation, okay. As I said, that you can add it into the cold cream, you can add it into vanishing cream, you can add it into moisturizing lotion, okay. I told you in in shampoos also they contain your sunscreen agent. If you see the formulation, so that the sun rays do not affect your hair, okay. So in that also they may be present. So here we have basically mostly seen all the preparation, we have not seen the formulation of the lotion. So I have taken the formulation of the lotion. I told you earlier that whenever in my earlier lectures, whenever you are taking lotion, then usually cetyl alcohol, lotions are also emulsions. They contain oil phase and they contain water phase. This all these first first six ingredients, they are oil phase, okay. They are mixed in oil. These two are water phase, okay. So it consists of oil phase and it also consists of water phase, and it is basically stabilized by a emulsifying agent. Cetyl alcohol, basically whenever you are preparing a lotion, you'll find that this is the common ingredient that is used as an emulsifying agent. So alcohol over here in this formulation is a emulsifying agent. You have benzophenone 3, okay, which is used as an active ingredient. You have ethyl hexyl methoxycinnamate, which is also an active ingredient. You can also add titanium dioxide over here, okay, or zinc oxide can be added, because both these are usually chemical absorbers, okay. So you can add titanium dioxide or you can add zinc oxide in this formulation also, okay, in order to have the physical blockage also with this product. And stearic acid is added. It acts as a co-emulsifier. It is also used to thicken the lotion. Glycerin, it enhances the viscosity, that it acts as a thickening agent also. It acts as a humectant also. We have talked about humectant and its use of glycerin when we are talking about the, if I'm not wrong, the shaving preparations. We have talked about it. I don't remember where, but yeah, I think so in toothpaste about glycerin and its property. Okay. So glycerin over can act as a thickening agent also. It can act as a humectant also. Then we have sterile dimethyl silicate cross polymer. This is basically a synthetic skin conditioning agent, okay, that can be used in this preparation. Then this is all your oil phase. So you are going to take all this oil phase together. You are going to melt them together, okay, and you are going to heat it up to 80 degrees Celsius, okay. Then what you are going to take? You are going to take water phase, which consists of triethanolamine, which is basically used for balancing of pH. While using triethanolamine, you have to take good care while using triethanolamine because it affects your skin. Okay, it is the rashes, etc., the skin burning property, whatever caused because of triethanolamine also. So whenever you are using triethanolamine, basically care should be taken that it is used in a adequate quantity. Water as the water phase in order to prepare the lotion. It is used as a vehicle. So the method of preparation is very simple. You are going to take all the oil phases together. Whatever are the first six, they all are oil phase. You are going to take them together. You are going to take water and you are going to heat it up to 80 degrees Celsius like we do it for cream. You are going to take water phase and you are going to heat it up to again 80 degrees Celsius. You are going to add this oil phase to your water phase, okay, along with your continuous stirring. And then finally what you get is your lotion, okay. So this is how you are going to prepare your lotions.